Let's stop pretending. If you're over 60 and you still want sex, you are not strange. You are not desperate, and you are definitely not alone. But here's the real question. Is it okay to want intimacy without marriage? To want touch without commitment? To want someone in your bed, but not in your will? Because that's exactly what more adults over 60 are quietly choosing. And tonight, we're going to say the quiet part out loud. Society loves to pretend desire expires at retirement. It doesn't. A major poll from the University of Michigan found that more than half of adults between 65 and 80 are sexually active. Read that again. More than half. And many say intimacy is directly tied to their happiness. So if you thought you were the only one still craving connection, you're not. Let's talk about women first, because this is where things get interesting. After decades of marriage, raising children, caring for everyone else, many women over 60 are done performing. They are done pretending not to want pleasure. They are done putting themselves last. And here's the shift. They don't necessarily want another husband. They want chemistry, companionship, great sex, and their own space. That last one, huge. No laundry to fold for him, no dinner expectations, no merging finances, just mutual desire and grown-up honesty. Menopause removes pregnancy risk, yes, but it also removes a lifetime of sexual anxiety for many women. They know their bodies now. They know what works, and they're not whispering about it anymore. Now let's talk about men. Because while men are statistically more likely to remarry, a growing number aren't racing back to the altar either. Many divorced or widowed men want intimacy without legal entanglement. They want affection. They want sex. But they don't want to start over financially. There's also a vulnerability here we rarely discuss. Testosterone gradually declines with age. Desire doesn't disappear. It evolves. For many men, intimacy becomes less about proving something and more about feeling wanted, feeling attractive, feeling alive again. And when a confident woman over 60 says, "I want you, but I don't need you to move in," that can be incredibly powerful. Let's lean into the uncomfortable truth. Casual intimacy after 60 isn't just happening, it's thriving. Therapists who work with older adults report that intimacy later in life is often slower, more attentive, more creative, and deeply satisfying. Why? Because the pressure is gone. No one's trying to impress anyone at 2 a.m. after 3 martinis. There's communication. There's laughter. There's sometimes a boldness that didn't exist at 35. When you understand time is finite, you stop waiting. You ask for what you want. And sometimes what you want is a friend with benefits, a no-strings situation, an arrangement that's honest and physical. But here's the grown-up reality. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports rising STI rates among adults over 55. Translation? People our age are absolutely active. Protection still matters. Freedom without responsibility is just recklessness. Now we get to the real question. Can you truly separate sex from emotion? Some can. Some think they can. Oxytocin doesn't care how old you are. That bonding hormone still does its job. Women statistically report emotional attachment more often in casual arrangements. But men fall too, especially when loneliness is part of the equation. The National Institute on Aging warns that isolation carries serious health risks. Sometimes what starts as just physical is really about not wanting to feel alone. And that's okay. But clarity is everything. If you want casual, say casual. If you want more, say more. What hurts people at this stage of life isn't sex, it's silence. Whenever this conversation happens, it divides people. Some say it's liberating. Others say it feels wrong. But here's what's undeniable. Adults over 60 are redefining intimacy on their own terms. Not their parents' terms, not their church's terms, not their children's expectations. Their terms. And that can look like marriage, living apart together, or simply, come over Thursday night. No shame, no apology. Just adults choosing connection. So let me ask you something bold. If marriage were off the table, would you still want intimacy? Would you be open to something casual? Or does your heart need more than that? Drop your answer in the comments. Be honest, because aging doesn't erase desire. It clarifies it. And sometimes, it makes it stronger than ever. Thanks for watching Aged and Confused. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.